Recognized for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today with a heavy heart to join my colleagues in support of this resolution and to honor the innocent Americans whose lives were so senselessly and tragically altered by the events in Tucson last week. Gabrielle Giffords was embodying the very essence of what it means to be an elected representative in our great republic by meeting and listening to her constituents last Saturday. Gabe Zimmerman, Ron Barber, and Pamela Simon were there too, doing their jobs like thousands of other dedicated congressional staffers who support us and the work we do here every day in Washington and especially back in our districts. The Americans who lost their lives on Saturday and the innocent victims who were wounded were performing their civic duty to take an active role in their government, and among them were 9-year-old Christina Taylor Greene and Pittsburgh native Judge John Roll. In our disbelief of the events last week, let us not forget the heroism of those who subdued the attacker, preventing further loss of life. They put their own lives on the line to protect their neighbors. They represent the best of America and shine in our darkest hour. We will not allow this tragedy to weaken our resolve or to undermine the sacred responsibility that we as elected officials have to serve the people we represent. To allow this act of violence to keep us from our duties would be a disservice to the people we honor, especially Gabby. And Gabby was a friend of mine. We first became friends when I looked at her bio and realized that her family and her were operators and owners of a tire business, just as my family was. So not only could Gabby and I talk policy, but we could talk tire. And there are a few women that can talk tire like Gabby. Also, I served on the Armed Services Committee with her and got to know her well, but got to know her very well. We traveled on 2 trips, one to Afghanistan and one to Iraq. It was the week before her wedding to Mark that we traveled, and she talked about looking forward to her marriage and to future trips. And just last week, we discussed going to Afghanistan again. So I look forward to Gabby's speedy recovery, for her return here to the House, and for that trip that we will take to Afghanistan to go greet our men and women in harm's way. So may God bless Gabby. May God continue to bless the United States of America. Thank you very much, and I yield back.
The gentleman yields back.